Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, if you guys seen my video last time about changing the battery on the single slot MVS motherboard, it was basically my preparation towards consolising it. You would have heard me moaning basically that what I really wanted to fit was a Super Cap, and I was quite gutted that I couldn't get one to show you. Well, I don't know if you guys have been over to his channel yet, but if not, you need to. NeoGenesisPlatinum. He was actually the one who put me onto the Super Caps, because to be honest, I hadn't really ever heard of them or taken any notice of them. And he advised me where to get them, and I think truth be told, he's probably as gutted as I was that I wasn't able to get one in time. So what he actually did is he's actually hooked me up. He sent me a Super Cap, so finally I can actually show you guys what one is. Now, if you go over to Neon's channel, you'll see that he's got this awesome segment that he does where he showcases some of the Neo Geo games. So out of respect for that and his channel and how he's hooked me up, what's in my MVS today? Well, what's in my MVS? Let's have a look. What there is a whole lot of games, but who cares? What's in my MVS today is a 6-slot motherboard that's still running the factory battery, and as I mentioned last time guys, that is a no-no. So thanks to NeoGenesisPlatinum, it's time to tear this out and get that battery changed, and I'll finally be able to show you a Super Cap. So here we go. Alright guys, so this is our 6-slot motherboard. Now this thing, I don't know how well you can tell here, but it's massive, it's really big. I've actually managed to get a little cartridge here to give you an idea of scale. So that there is a Japanese Mega Drive game, so you can see how big this thing is, and also it's heavy and it's multiple layers. So what we're going to do, as I was saying, is we're going to get the battery out of this and get it replaced with the Super Cap. So now you guys have seen the last video I did where I changed the battery in a single slot, and this one's going to be much the same, but the difference is our Super Cap. Now this here is what one looks like. So it looks very, very similar to our battery. Now this particular one is 5.5 volt and it holds a full 1 farad of charge. Now, doing a little bit of maths, bit of a rough estimate, running in a board like this, it's going to keep your settings for about 3 months without any power. So it's going to be an ideal replacement. On top of that, the biggest problem with these boards, same with the single slot, is I've got this horrible rechargeable battery that if it doesn't run 8 hours a day, it starts to get, well, even with age, it starts to get a bit funny, and when they let go, they leak acid all over the board. You end up with destroyed tracks, and if you don't catch it in time, you either end up with a lot of work or a motherboard that's just no good anymore. And guys, these things are not that easy to find these days, so fitting one of these is absolutely perfect because these never leak. You never have any troubles with them. Basically, fit it and forget about it. So really good idea. Now, last time I wanted to use one of these for the single slot, but I couldn't get one, and as I was saying, NeoGenesisPlatinum, he hooked me up with one of these. Now, a lot of you guys might be thinking, oh, if they're really hard to find, why watch this video? Well, I had to talk to him, and basically because he lives in Australia, he can get these quite easy. Because me, like you, probably live elsewhere in the world, they're not easy to get. So what NeoGenesisPlatinum has agreed to do is he will actually, if you want one of these, he'll be able to get you one. And cost wise, they're going to work out around $7 Australian a piece, plus a little bit for shipping. So really a small amount of money to pay for, you know, to preserve a lot of money. So if you want them, go and have a talk to him. Really, really awesome guy. He'll be able to hook you up. And he was also saying too that the supplier will actually give a discount for bulk. So if you need quite a few of them, like if you and your mates want to go in on like a group deal or something, you actually be able to save a little bit of money off them. Not heaps, because these certainly aren't the cheapest thing, but yeah, so definitely have a talk to him. The other thing with these super capacitors is there's no reason why you couldn't use these in the likes of probably the Dreamcast or other machines. Really, you just need to use your imagination a bit. So anyway, what we need to do is get this beastie apart. So there's some screws around the exterior of it for this top shield, so we'll just get that off. And then basically you need to dart around. There's a couple of screws on some of the cartridge sockets and some screws around the exterior. And once you've got those off, you can very carefully lift the top layer out of the way. So I'll get that out of the way. And now I've got our bottom layer exposed. We can see just there is our rechargeable battery, and that's what we've got to get to. So basically what I need to do here is just carry on and get some more of these lugs out so I can get this bottom board off, because we need to desolder at the bottom. And also get you zoomed in, so we'll be back in a second. Alright, so we just zoomed in here, and like on the single slotter, you'll find there's this wonderful felt stuff, so we'll just peel that back, get that out of the way, and basically our pointers here and here. You'll find that the 6 slot boards are spaced ever so slightly differently to the single slot, so we're going to need to be a little bit clever. I'm just going to add a little bit of solder just to get that to loosen up. And these 6 slot boards, because they're so large, you'll find that the ground planes on them are actually really quite big, so they will take a fair bit of heat sometimes to effectively get them to go. So we'll do our smaller leg first. Okay, and we have a go at this ground one. Okay, so that is our battery removed. So we'll just give that a quick clean up, and then we'll be ready to attach our new one. Okay, so I just put some insulation tape down there just to cover over the edge of that resistor, and also to cover up a bit of that exposed ground plane. I mean, it's a ground over that side anyway, so it's not going to do any harm, but when I'm doing these mods, I like to know that they're done and I don't need to come back. Okay, so we'll sit that back into place. Okay, that should be pretty good. So flip this board over and get soldered. As I was saying, the ground plane on these is quite large, so you do need to give them just that little bit of extra heat just to make sure it's making good contact. Alright guys, so there we go, that is our fitted super capacitor. So now what we've got to do is put the board back together and yeah, start playing some games. So alright guys, I'll yeah, as I was saying, I'll put this back together and get it in my cabinet and yeah, give it all a bit of a test, but I'm sure it's going to work fine. So hey, as I was saying guys, if you're interested in getting your hands on a super capacitor, don't hesitate to get in touch with NeoGenesisPlatinum. I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the Dropbox. And yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you again real soon.